Good evening, everyone. Good evening, Jai Hind. I hope I am properly audible and visible to all of you. Good evening, Harshit. I hope I am properly audible and visible to all of you. I am quite good. Good evening, Mohit, Prachi. Good evening, Likun. Okay, so thank you for confirming. Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the session. So, in the last week, we were discussing about the different aspects of India-Pakistan relation. We have seen that how the things have unfolded after 7th of May. And now what we see that now a ceasefire agreement has been reached. So that is one good part, like there is a stability in the region, there is peace in the region. So that is one of the positive outcome of this agreement. Okay. So this is one thing which we are going to talk today also, but in a different aspect. Okay. So the topics which we are going to discuss, one of them is, the first one of them is about this US or Donald Trump ceasefire and then India. So this is going to our first topic. Second topic which we are going to discuss is India and European Union trade deal. Last week we have seen that India and UK has finalized a trade deal. And then also I have told you that this is one of the instigating factor, or this can be considered as a precursor to India and European deal also. India and European Union deal also. So there we are going to talk about this India-European Union deal also. The third thing which we are going to talk about is asteroid attack. Okay. Like in the last 1 year, there have been multiple such incidences where we have got news about meteoroids or asteroids. It has been very much debated in the last 1.5 years. In fact, in India also, there is a discussion about this. And maybe in upcoming future, we are going to have some specific mission also to asteroids and meteoroids. Okay. So this is the third part which we are going to discuss. Then we have certain data with respect to total fertility rate. So that we are also going to discuss. We are going to see that what's now going to happen with the Indus deal. And then again, we will talk about the social media as well. That what happens on social media these days. So let's start our discussion. Okay. And the first topic which we are going to discuss is this Trump ceasefire and India. Okay. So I think you all know the context of this. Okay. But before we go into that, let us solve some questions on the basis of previous discussions. Okay. Let us see some questions. Consider the following statement with respect to Nipah virus. The bat urine or saliva is one of the main modes of transmission. It is not transmitted from humans to humans. It has high mortality rate. So how many of them are correct? Can Sindoor operation still remain after ceasefire? What region you move Hindi medium batch from English medium means? I did not move Hindi medium to English medium. We will talk about this Operation Sindoor. We will talk about this. Okay, so question number 1, I think A option and B option. How many of them are correct? First is the bat urine or saliva is one of the main modes of transmission. It is not transmitted from humans to humans. Third is saying it has high mortality rates. Okay, so I think some answers as option A, and some of you have given option B also. Okay. So if we look into this, the bat urine or saliva is one of the main modes of transmission. That is correct. The saliva of it, the urine of it, if it is passing to other people or other food items or vegetables, that becomes a source of transmission. It is not transmitted from humans to humans. That is incorrect. Human to human transmission has also been seen, although limited, but it has been seen. Okay. Third is it has high mortality rate. So that is correct. 40 to 75% mortality rate is there. We see that around 40 to 75% mortality rate is there. So higher mortality rate. In case of other viruses, it is like 1%, 2%, 3%. But here what we see that 40 to 75% mortality rate is there. Okay. So here all the like two statements are correct. So answer here will be option number B. Now consider the following statement. If an MLA is imprisoned for more than 2 years, then he is disqualified. If a person votes contrary to party whip without prior permission, then he may be declared disqualified by the president. If an independent member joins a political party after election, then he may be disqualified. So which of the statement given above are correct? If a MLA is imprisoned for more than 2 years, then he is disqualified. If a person votes contrary to party whip without prior permission, then he may be declared disqualified by president. If an independent member joins a political party after election, then he may be disqualified. So which of them are correct? Option is 1 and 2, 2 and 3, 1 and 3, and 1, 2 and 3. Question number 2. Okay, one answer as C from Sitesh, then D option. C option and D option. If we look at this question, the first one is saying if an MLA is imprisoned for more than 2 years, then he is disqualified. So you know that that is correct. If a person votes contrary to party whip without prior permission, then he may be declared disqualified, not by the president. It has to be done by the speaker. It is the provision of anti-defection law. It is part of the anti-defection law, so it has to be done by the Speaker of the House. And third one is correct, that if an independent MLA joins a political party after election, then irrespective of the time, he may be disqualified. Okay. So yes, disqualified by Speaker. Consider the following statements about Competition Commission of India. It has been created through executive resolution of Union Government. It is headed by the Prime Minister of India. So which of the statement given above are correct? Lovely, class of Hindi medium is already going on and Jeet sir is already taking that. So Jeet sir is taking that classes for more than 1 year now. So what will be correct here? Question number 3. Competition Commission of India. It has been created through executive resolution of Union Government. It is headed by Prime Minister of India. So what is correct here? No idea. Okay. We have discussed about this last Saturday. We have discussed about this organization. So it's not that it is coming out of random. We have discussed this one topic last Saturday, Friday. I mean to say Friday. So D option, yes. If we look at this, it is a statutory body. We have already seen that it is a statutory body. It has got this Competition Act 2002. Under that, it has been established. So it's statutory body and it is not headed by Prime Minister of India. Okay. So we see that we see that it is being like chairperson is appointed and it is not Prime Minister of India. So here the answer is D option, neither one nor two. So that is 3 questions. Now come to this part. Now we are going to discuss about this one topic, Operation Sindoor, ceasefire agreement, the claims of Donald Trump, and then India's stance. Okay. So if we look at this, you all know that if we look at this chronology of events, first of all, you know that there was this Pahalgam terror attack. Then what we see that in response, India has launched this Operation Sindoor. We have got this Operation Sindoor. And under Operation Sindoor, we have specifically targeted terrorist camps in Pakistan. We have not targeted any civilian facilities, or initially we have not even targeted any military facilities. We have just targeted the terrorist facilities or terrorist camps in Pakistan and POK. So it was aimed at punishing the terrorists. It was not aimed at any country or its civilians. It was aimed at the terrorists, okay, and its sponsors. So that is one part. Then after, what we see that there was a series of escalations. Pakistan started like shelling across the borders, which also led to death of many civilians and some security personnel on the India side. At the same time, we have seen that they have targeted major cities of India, including Delhi. That a drone was coming towards Delhi, which was intercepted in Sirsa in Haryana. Okay. Then what we see that multiple other drones were also coming towards various cities of India, including Pathankot, various areas of Jammu and Kashmir, and various other locations as well. Okay. So what we see that after that, there were a number of escalations. And after some period of time, after 2-3 days, what we see that on 10th, there was this announcement, okay, of ceasefire. Now, here the controversy started. In the case of ceasefire, the controversy has started. Okay. The United States and its president, they have been saying that they are the one who have negotiated, or rather in their language, they are the one who have made both countries, India and Pakistan, accept a ceasefire agreement which was decided by United States. So if you go by what Trump administration has claimed, they say that they have been able to, or they are the one who have been able to stop the war, or rather the escalation between India and Pakistan. So that is the claim of Donald Trump. Okay. That they have even said that, this is the statement of Donald Trump, that I am proud that US was able to help you arrive at this historic and heroic decision. So that is what US says. US, it is saying that they are the one who have done this ceasefire. Now, Pakistan as usual, what we see that, like, they cannot take any decision by themselves. Their government is not capable of taking any decision by themselves. The army has a stronghold on Pakistan. China has a stronghold on Pakistan. US has a stronghold on Pakistan. Basically, each and every organizations of the world, they are having a stronghold on Pakistan. And what Pakistan did? Pakistan thanked US president. Okay. So they thanked US president, saying that US has been helpful in reaching to this ceasefire. Now, if we talk about India's stand, so as per the press briefing done by Ministry of External Affairs, and after that various officials of the army also, what has been said that this entire negotiation has been carried out by the security forces of India and Pakistan. There is no involvement of any third party. Okay. So India simply says that no involvement of any third party. So India's official line is this, that there is no such involvement of any third party. Even External Affairs Minister S. Jaishankar, he has said that India's stand has been clear for decades that we do not accept any third party negotiation in case of India and Pakistan matter. We deal all of these things bilaterally, not with help of any country or any other organization. Okay. So this has been India's stand. Okay. But at the same time, there is one challenge. While we are having this stand that there is no role of United States in this negotiation, but at the same time, there is one challenge. And that challenge is we haven't asked them to abstain from these comments. We have not asked them to abstain from these comments. Okay. Why we are saying this? In the past, when European Union was telling India that what India should be doing in case of Russia and Ukraine crisis, or when the entire Western world was saying to us in case of Russia-Ukraine crisis that what you should do and what you should not do, then our External Affairs Minister has said it at all the public platforms that European Union cannot tell us what we have to do, what we don't have to do, or any country of the world cannot tell this. Okay. But at this time, when ceasefire agreement has been done, and when US President Donald Trump has announced that he is the one who has announced the ceasefire agreement, there should have been a same response from India side also, that no, Donald Trump, there is no involvement of you in this ceasefire agreement. Okay. It is our bilateral matter, so all the decisions are from our side. So here what we see that this is one of the challenge for our diplomacy. This is one of the challenge for our diplomacy. Okay. That how we look into all these parts, how we look into these claims by US or any other country, that how they have helped to reach the ceasefire, that is one challenge for our diplomacy. Okay. The second thing is, while we were having this escalation going on between India and Pakistan, at same time we have seen that IMF, it has given a loan facility to Pakistan. Now again, for a very long period of time, India has been demanding reforms in IMF, World Bank and other institutions, even United Nations Security Council. Even UNSC has not released any such like press briefing on Pakistan's terror sponsoring in India and in various other places. So there has been no such official release, press release by United Nations Security Council. So India has been calling for reforms, and this again shows that, this again gives us this urgency of, this again highlights the urgency of reforms, that we need to push more for this reforms in United Nations and its related bodies. India is the fourth largest economy of the world. India is the fourth largest economy of the world according to the recent report. Despite this, India's share in IMF is very low. India's share in IMF is quite low. And there are other countries like Japan and others, they are enjoying huge quota in IMF. So how does it go? Like they are having so much of share in IMF quota and voting and all, whereas India has comparatively quite lower share. The economies of India, Japan, Germany, they are comparable. So while some of them are having higher voting rights, India is not having that much of voting share in IMF. So there is again a urgency of reforms which is required. Okay. So that is also one of the part. First, we need to look into this diplomacy of United States. We need to be much more assertive towards United States. On trade front also, we have withdrawn. In case of this Starlink project also, we have taken the back step. In case of this ceasefire also, we have not been able to give a response. So there is a challenge for our diplomacy. And one of the main reasons behind all of this, many of the experts have highlighted this, that one of the main reason here is import dependence. One of the main reason is import dependence of weapons. That we are depending on various countries of the world for importing our drones. Okay. And here itself, we have seen that there is another diplomatic challenge. There is another diplomatic challenge. There are two countries in the world. They have given unequivocal support to Pakistan. Okay. One of them is Turkey. And the other one is, surprisingly, Azerbaijan. Okay. So they are giving unequivocal support to Pakistan. Of course, China has its ally as Pakistan. So that is something which we know, that in any case, China will be sidelining with Pakistan. So that we know. But Turkey and Azerbaijan, they have also been sidelining with Pakistan. For Azerbaijan, of course, the issue is understood. Recently, India has given various such weapons to Armenia. We have they have imported Indian arms. So they have imported Indian arms. So that's why what we see that Azerbaijan was having its own issue. Although Azerbaijan doesn't matter in global politics, even Turkey doesn't matter in global politics. But then we see that we need to see how these countries are there. We need to renegotiate our policies with them. Okay. So that is one part. There are lessons which we have to take from this entire Operation Sindoor, entire issue of Pahalgam and everything. Okay. So that is one part of it. Now, if we talk about Donald Trump, so there is one simple thing. Donald Trump can say anything. Like, just to give an example, Donald Trump can say anything. Donald Trump might claim tomorrow that sun is rising in the east just because I told it. Otherwise, it may have been rising in the north or south. Okay. So if you talk about Donald Trump, he can say anything. He has got his own Truth Social platform. So he's having his own platform, Truth Social. And from there, he is giving all his announcement. So right now, Donald Trump is in a different zone. Okay. You can understand, one day he says that we are going to have a very good relations with China. Next day he says that we will put 80% tariff on China. Then next day he will say something else. Okay. So this is one part. What we say that Donald Trump can say anything. Donald Trump is right now no need to use any words. You know what Donald Trump is. Okay. Why Turkey is so much against India? Yeah, for Turkey, what we see that we need to renegotiate our policy. We need to rethink our relations with Turkey. Yeah. This is not the first time. In the past also, Turkey has taken many such a stand which has been against India. So that definitely needs that we need to look at Turkey. Okay. We need to look at this. We have got a 10 billion trade with Turkey also. We have to see that also. Trump will get Trump will get this Nobel Peace Prize for sure. When Barack Obama attacked on Syria, Afghanistan, portions of Iran, Iraq, and means during his tenure, there has been multiple attacks throughout various parts of the world, and after that, he has got the Nobel Peace Prize. So Barack Obama has got Nobel Peace Prize. Now Donald Trump will also get it. Okay. So this Nobel Peace Prize is something which we know how it is awarded. There is always a hidden agenda behind this Nobel Peace Prize. Okay. Now, so this is the first part, the Trump claims and all other things. Okay. Now the question is this one: can US impact Indian foreign policy? And why US can impact India's foreign policy? Okay. There are certain factors which we have to see. First, defense import. This is one of the key region. Second, India-China relation. India-China relation. And third part is one of the major factors which we are not realizing, why our country is not growing at the same pace as China or any other nation. We are not looking into the structural challenges of economy. We are just imitating, we are just seeing what's happening in the world. We are trying to do copy paste. What's lacking in India is the economic challenges. And this economic challenge is just about lack of research and development. We are not having this research and development. We are just doing this copy paste of ideas from other countries. We are not developing something new. That is the major challenge. Our entire focus has been adaptation of the technology, not development of technology. So we don't have any such industrial sector. Okay. We don't have any such industrial sector which is leading in the world. In case of agriculture, we see that our production is leading in the world, even though our productivity is quite lower. But in case of industry, we are lagging in most of the industries. You will not find one single such area in case of industry where we are the leader. We are of course leading in software, but what software we have developed? It is being said that India is a country of technology, India is a country of engineers, India is a country of all those people who are running the Silicon Valley. But tell me, one single social platform, one single global social platform, do we have anything? Do we have any such one single social platform which is used throughout the world? So that is the challenge. While we are saying that we are having the most technologically educated people or technically skilled people who are running the service sector of the world, but at our own level, we have not been able to generate any such thing. Okay. So this is one of the major challenge that we are lacking here. So that's why any country is able to say something or tweet something. Okay. So this is one of the major challenge. Okay. Now, so that is our first topic. Coming to second topic. I hope that is clear. Always remember this one part. There is one thing called as strategic autonomy. This strategic autonomy can happen only when you are strategically secure in all the domains, whether it is industry, whether it is energy, whether it is science and technology, research, innovation, the human capital. In all these things, you have to become leader when you want to have strategic autonomy. Okay. So this is one part. Okay. So here what we see that this is the challenge with respect to India, US and the world right now. Okay. Now, coming forward, next topic, India-European trade deal. Okay. So I told you last time also that India is having this deal with United Kingdom. Last week we have seen that India is having a trade deal with United Kingdom, and within some time we might be able to have this India European Union trade deal also. So what we see that now finally this deal is like going to be concluded very soon. Okay, there is a chance that we are going to have a deal with United European Union very soon. So if we look at some of the glimpses of relation, if you look at this, if we talk about India and European Union, you can see this part that it is the largest trading partner of India. It was the largest trading partner in 2023. In 2023, it was the largest trading partner of India, ahead of US and China. Okay. So in the past, US and China have been the top trade partners of India, but the European Union is also in the same league. And you will find that it changes year after year, it changes. So European Union, this data is as per World Economic Forum. All these data are as per World Economic Forum. Okay. So as per the World Economic Forum, in 2023, India was the India's largest trading partner was European Union. Okay. At the same time, like this is the second largest destination. Second largest destination. It is the second largest destination for exports. The largest one is of course United States, but you can see United States is 17.6% and European Union is 17.5%. So European Union is in fact one of the leading, or you can say in the top 1 or 2, sometimes it will become top 1, sometimes top 2, because there is a very narrow margin. So what we see that it is the largest, second largest destination for export of India also. Okay. If we look from the European Union perspective, okay, if we look from European Union perspective, so India, it is their 9th largest trading partner. India is the 9th largest trading partner. Okay. So while European Union is our largest trading partner, for European Union we are not the largest trading. We are the 9th largest because they have got US, China, UK and many other countries ahead of us. So here what we see that in case of European Union, we have a lot of scope here. We have got a lot of scope here in case of European Union and India relation. Okay. So that is one part. Second thing what we see that, like if we talk about the trade, just see here, trade has increased by almost 90% in the last decade. In last 10 years, it has increased by 90% increase. Okay. That is trade in goods. And you can see trade in services has almost doubled here from 30.4 billion euro to 59.7 billion. So it is even more. It has almost doubled. This is trade of goods. And in case of services, what we see that almost double. It is almost double. Okay. Even the European Union is having huge amount of foreign investment in India also. You can see that it is having a foreign investment stock in India of $108 billion. So they have got huge number of companies also in India, 6,000 European companies. They have got huge amount of investment also in India. So that is one part. We are already close, and with this trade deal, the relation between India and European Union may also become much more better. Okay. So that is one part, India-European Union trade deal. But there are certain challenges, both from India's perspective as well as European Union perspective. So from India, what is the challenge? The number one challenge is this carbon border adjustment mechanism. You know that this is going to be applicable now from 2026 onwards. Right now, the voluntary phase is going on, and in the next upcoming years, it is going to become a permanent feature. So there is carbon tax on steel, aluminium, cement, and many other industries. So that is a challenge for us. Our exports to European Union may get reduced in future. So that is one of the aspect. Second aspect is like farm imports from European Union. Okay. We see that there is a huge amount of farm products import. Many of these items are coming to India, and you know that India is an agriculture dominant country. We have around 50% of the population as farmers. So if farm products are coming from European Union, so that is going to be a challenge for us. And third major challenge is like our skilled workers. They are not getting easier access to European Union. Okay. So then again, third part is mobility. Third part is the mobility issue. So there are three major issues from India side. One is the carbon tax. The second one is the huge flow of farm products from European Union to India. And you know, when farm products are coming to India, it is going to hurt the farmers. So that is going to be a challenge. And third important part is mobility. When Indian skilled workers are trying to go to Europe, they are trying to stop it through quota limits and all others. 400 years ago, they have come to India in 1600. We didn't stop them. Instead, we have welcomed them that, okay, let's have a tea, let's have some tea, coffee, then we will enjoy. So while we have allowed them, we have given them so many royal treatments also. They have stayed here for around 350 years. And now when we are going to European Union, they are all of a sudden becoming very much protective. It is same like this, you are going to your relative house, but they are sending you back on the same day. But when they come to you, they stay for 1 month. That is same like European Union and India. That while they came here, they stayed for 350 years. And when we are going, they are saying that no, you are not welcome. Now, that is one thing. Now, there is three major challenges for European Union also. Like from European Union perspective also, there are three challenges. One of the challenges, they say that India's like policy, okay, they say that India's policy, this should be predictable, this should be transparent and non-discriminatory. So they are demanding that our policies need to be transparent, non-discriminatory, and also it should be predictable. So that is one part which has been asked by European Union, that we need a permanent policy. We don't want too much change in the policy. Second thing, what we say that they are worried about IPR rights or IPR violations in India. Like we have the provision of compulsory licensing, or what we say that poor patent protection. So that is one of the challenge which has been highlighted by European Union, that in case of India, we are having this issue with respect to intellectual property rights. And the third one is investment protection, that if they are investing in India, so that should also be protected. There should be a protection to that investment also. The policies need to be predictable. Okay. So that is the three major things which is demanded by European Union. So I think from this, you will get the idea about that when India and European Union are having a trade deal, the major attention would be on these factors. The major attention would be on these main factors, that how we are going to facilitate, how we are going to solve all these crises. Okay. So I hope this India and European Union trade agreement, trade deal, the precursor to that, I hope that is clear. So I hope you got the idea that when we talk about European Union, what is the issue here? So that is also one part. Now we have one thing called as asteroid. So it may seem that right now what we see that the world is realigning, and if European Union is being able to establish itself as an independent entity, then maybe in future, after some period of time, after 4 or 5 years, if European Union is developing good relations with India, then the entire geopolitics may change. The entire geopolitics may also change. With India and European Union combined together, the entire things may also change in future. So there is a lot of things in the upcoming 4 or 5 years, a lot of things are going to happen across the world. Okay. Now, coming to this one part, asteroid attack. Okay. So there is this asteroid YR4, and it has been said that there is a chance of 3% that it will attack Earth. But then it was finalized that it is going to miss the Earth. Maybe it can hit Moon. But then also the predictability of that, or the possibility of that, is very small. There is very little chance that in the past there was a chance, an estimation of 3.8% of hitting the Earth. But now this has been declared that no, it is not going to happen. It is not going to come to Earth. Okay. Now it is said that maybe it may be able to hit the Moon. But again, there is very little chance that this asteroid is going to attack the Moon also. Okay. So if we talk about them, if we talk about the asteroids, they are basically small rocky objects. They are orbiting the asteroid belt between Mars and Jupiter. Okay. So they are orbiting between Mars and Jupiter. They have been formed at the same time when this solar system was getting formed. When the solar system was getting formed, at the same time, we have seen formation of planets also. We have seen formation of asteroids also. So asteroids are those tiny rock fragments which could not come together, which could not be formed in form of a star. They were not able to get united together. They were not able to hold together. They were not able to form a planet. Okay. So right now what we see that they are moving in an orbit around the sun between Mars and Jupiter. They are orbiting it between Mars and Jupiter. Okay. So here what we see that they are orbiting between Mars and Jupiter, which is the most populous area. There is also this Trojan asteroid. So Trojan asteroids are like this. In case of Jupiter, you will find that on its orbit, some of these asteroids are following the Jupiter. Some of them are moving forward, some of them are following the Jupiter. So they are called as Trojan asteroid. And the third thing is, there is also something called as near Earth asteroid. So near Earth asteroids are those, they are considered that they have close orbits to the Earth, and in the future they may collide with our Earth. In the future there is a chance that they may collide with Earth, but for the next 40-50 years, for the next 40 to 50 years, there is no such threat. Okay. So you can be sure about next 40 years, you don't have to worry about it. You can worry about climate change, you can worry about Pakistan, you can worry about US, China or other countries. Okay. But you don't have to worry about asteroids for now. They are much more better than many of the countries. Okay. So they are not going to attack the earth as of now for the next 30-40 years. They are safe. Okay. Now we have got a number of missions. Like one of the mission is near Shoemaker. So this is the first to land on asteroid. Okay. Hayabusa 1 and 2. So that is from Japanese Space Agency. So it has collected evidence from Itokawa and Ryugu. There is this OSIRIS-REx mission. It is also by NASA and it is collecting the sample from asteroid Bennu. Then we have this DART. It was there in 2022. It is a planetary defense mission and it got there in the space. It attacked one of the asteroid to change its orbit by a little bit. Okay. It had changed its orbit by a little bit and there was a difference of almost 30-35 minutes in its entire orbit by just a minute distraction. Okay. So what we see that first planetary defense test, it has hit an asteroid which is called as Dimorphos. Okay. Then we see that there is Lucy 2021. So it is going to study the Trojan asteroids of Jupiter. There is also this Psyche mission. Psyche mission. It is also by NASA and this is also there on this Psyche asteroid. What's special? It is a metal. It is a metallic core. Psyche is an asteroid and it is made up of metals. It is made up of metals. So it is believed that it may have been core of some of the planets. So that's why this Psyche mission is there again by NASA to study about the Psyche asteroids. Okay. So these are some of the major missions around the world for a study of asteroids. Okay. So I think from here itself you will get the entire list of all the missions, what are asteroids, where they are present, and if they come towards Earth, of course they can have huge impact. The impact of one simple asteroid can be much more than all the nuclear bombs of world combined together. One single asteroid attack may be much more powerful than all the nuclear bombs of all the countries combined together. That is the power of asteroid. Okay. Even if you remember a few of them, these four, I am putting a star mark here. These four are important. They are the latest missions, so these four are important. And maybe in sometimes if there is a nostalgia for UPSC, then they can ask this, that which was the first mission. Okay. So I am giving you the entire list, but these 3 or 4 have been there in the recent past. They have been there in the news in the recent past. Okay. So they were our main topics. Okay. This is the NASA's mission to Psyche also, a metal world. Okay. Now, coming to one of the news article, which is about total fertility rate. Okay. Can you tell me what is the balanced fertility rate, which is called as that the fertility rate which is considered required for replacement level? Means replacement level fertility rate. What is the ratio? What is the replacement level fertility rate? Two 2.4. No, it's not 2.4. There is one thing called as replacement level fertility rate. There is one thing called as replacement level. Replacement level fertility rate. It is equal to 2.1. So here what we will see that population becomes stable. population becomes stable. Okay. So here what we see that population becomes stable. Okay. There is one part. This is the replacement level fertility rate 2.1. Here the population becomes stable. If more than 2.1, if it is more than 2.1, then what we see that population will increase. And if less, so what we see that population is going to decrease. So right now what we see that India's, if we look at right now, India's total fertility rate. So in case of 2020-21, it has been 2.0. So our total fertility rate is less than this 2.1. Our total fertility rate is less than 2.1. That means our population is going like this. Our population is going to decline. Okay. But there are state-wise variation. Like suppose when we talk about Bihar, here it is 3.0. In case of West Bengal, it is 1.4. In case of West Bengal, it is 1.4. In case of Bihar, it is 3.0. Okay. So there is variation across the states. There is variation across the states. But right now what we see that total fertility level, total fertility rate is coming down. Okay. So that is a good part for Indian population, that in the upcoming time it is going to slow down. By the end of century, our population is expected to be around 1.4 to 1.5 billion. Okay. Right now, it may increase up to 1.6 or 1.7, but then it is going to come down. It is going to reduce back to 1.5 or 1.4. Our population is going to become stable in the future. Okay. So this is one part of population figure in India. If we talk about Indus Water Treaty, it has been declared even now that Indus Water Treaty will be put in abeyance. Means it is still on hold. There is going to be no such resumption of this deal. There is no such starting of this deal. So until unless there is further negotiation, it has been put on a stay. Okay. So it is also there in abeyance. Okay. So it is suspended, it is there in abeyance. Okay. So what we see that now this Indus Water Treaty, there might be a need of renegotiation before starting of this treaty. And one more thing. So in case of our country, what we have seen that, like I didn't understand that what is the logic of people. You may be aware about him. He is Vikram Misri. Okay. He is Vikram Misri. Okay. And he is basically the foreign secretary. Now you know that in India, the decisions which are taken are not taken solely by the bureaucrats. You know that it is largely decided by the political leaders. They are taking the decisions. The political leaders who are there, they are taking the decision. They consult with them. There is one thing, they will consult with them, and whether they like it or not, they have to follow whatever the government is saying. So it is done by the political leaders of the country. That is the beauty of India. In Pakistan, what the army will do or what their forces will do, they decide themselves. They do not even hear what their prime minister is saying or what any other leader is saying. They will do whatever they want to do. But in our country, there is a discipline in bureaucracy. There is a discipline in all the systems and even in army. So it's not that Indian army cannot say those things or Indian army is not capable enough, but they follow a discipline that they don't have to make the remarks. They will say only what is the government's line. But what we have seen that after this ceasefire, people started trolling Vikram Misri as he was the one taking all the decisions. So the way people are thinking in India, the way social media is being used for attacking someone or trolling someone, it is clearly showing that there is a lack of sensitivity, there is a lack of realization, there is a lack of any common sense in those people who are there on social media. Majority of them, they started trolling Vikram Misri as if he was taking the decision. So he has to like close his account, like he has to make it private, he has to make his account private. So that is the challenge which we see on social media platforms, that sometimes people go crazy. They don't even realize what they are doing. They don't even have a single idea of the things. They watch some media news reports, and we have seen how media is reporting these days. According to media, we are already there in Islamabad. Okay. So the way our media has reported, like we have talked about this, that the night when war was going on, we were talking about this, that the way media is talking, tomorrow we will have biryani from Karachi and Rawalpindi. Okay. But then we came to realize in the morning that how our media report. Okay. So the people were going throughout what is said in media, and then some of the people lacking the common sense, they started trolling Vikram Misri. Okay. So that is one of the major challenge of Indian citizens right now, many of them who are there on social media. Okay. This is one part. Okay. Now, finally, you have this one question. What is difference between asteroid and comets? The first one is this. Asteroids are small rocky planetoids, while comets are formed of frozen gases held together by rocky and metallic material. Asteroids are found mostly between the orbits of Jupiter and Mars, while comets are found mostly between Venus and Mercury. Comets show a perceptible glowing tail, while asteroids do not. So this is question number 4. आर्ट में का पीडीएफ नहीं हुआ है ओके आई विल आस्क अबाउट इट आशुतोष आई थिंक फ्रॉम टुमारो वी आर स्टार्टिंग दिस but I will confirm you, maybe tomorrow in the afternoon we will be having this session. Okay, like on YouTube itself I told you last time also that we will have a session, so maybe tomorrow we will have it. Okay, today in the evening we have one discussion of open test. Okay, the open test number 2 which was organized on 11th of May. So we will have a discussion about that. So therein itself, I will tell you that what is the decision about that program, that when we are going to start. Most probably tomorrow at 3 p.m. But let me confirm and then I will tell you. So first one is of course correct. I think you know that first one is correct. Second is saying comets are found mostly between Venus and Mercury. You know that this is wrong. Comets are found beyond this Neptune. Beyond this Neptune. So what we see that this second one is incorrect. And third one is correct. Comets show a perceptible glowing tail while asteroids do not. So here B option is correct. Option 1 and 3. Asteroids are small rocky planetoids while comets are formed of frozen gases held together by rocky and metallic material. So here the answer is option number B, not option C. Okay. Now one last question. This question was there with respect to family planning and all. So here we have this one question. India is the second country in the world to adopt a national family planning program. The National Population Policy of India 2000 seeks to achieve replacement level of fertility by 2010 with a population of 111 crore. Kerala is the first state in India to achieve a replacement level of fertility. So which of the statement is correct? This is question number 5. So About that, I am not having idea that PDF will be there or not. Okay. Question number 2. A option, B option, C option. D option also. See, India is not the second country in the world. India is in fact the first country in the world to have a family planning. In 1952 itself, India has got this National Family Planning Program. Okay, so India is the first country. The second one and third one is correct. So answer here is option number C. Okay, but the first one is incorrect because India is the first country in the world to have this family planning. Okay, so that will be all for today. Tomorrow we will have some questions for mains also. Okay, tomorrow we will have a question for mains also, and then we will discuss that. Okay, so that will be all for today. Today at 7:30 p.m. we are going to start discussion of Open Mock Test 2. Okay, so there we will see the questions and all, and I will tell you about that program also, that when we are going to begin this. Okay, so thank you so much. Take care and all the best. Thank you.